All right, well, welcome everyone to episode 9 of the Assist City Community Podcast. Today is a double special. Special number 1, Anthem just came out, so we're playing that while we're recording. Yep. And special number 2, and you may already know this because you're already watching it on YouTube, but this is a video podcast. We're going to be recording some gameplay. And for this monumental event, I have matched my javelin to the Assist City colors. We were just talking about some fashion lancing just a little bit ago. How are you guys doing?
Haven't you been rolling your javelin in like each piece a different color for the past like 4 days?
Yeah.
How does it feel to actually be match ups now? Does it feel weird?
I feel kind of legit. Like I was kind of just scoofing around, having a good time leveling. But now, I get purples to drop, so I got to be a little more serious. I got to start dressing up when I go to work, that kind of thing. So, yeah, that's what it feels like. Well, even though you already heard them, I got with me my regulars. Got Death and Taxes. How you doing?
Hey,
Synth.
doing pretty good.
What's up?
Hey, what's up? How you doing?
Pretty good. Then over there, sitting on his heaps of gear and just giggling to himself, is Swag Walker. How you doing?
Pretty good. I've been sleep deprived playing this game.
I know.
Sleep? What's that?
Might go chug a 5-hour energy really quick or something. So
Yeah.
all right. Well, as you can see, I'm playing the Ranger. What are you guys playing?
I am also playing the Ranger. That's the one I first started out with, so I'm gonna be rolling with that to begin with.
All right. What about you, Synth?
I am on my Colossus, aka the Thick Boy, having tons and tons and so many tons of fun, but that's more of a weight thing.
Okay. And then Swag, I know you're playing Storm, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I posted a picture in Discord this last week, and it was all the javelins unlocked except for Storm. And I sent it to him. Anyways, I got a good lol out of that. So all right, well, what we're gonna do first is just get warmed up, get talking and playing the game. Let's go do some free play. We're all different levels right now. I'm sitting at about level 23, I believe, and gear score 238. 22, excuse me. I promoted myself one level, but it didn't work. And then Dev, you're the low end of the totem pole, aren't you?
I'm the casual in this run. It's the tables have turned. I don't know exactly what level I am when I left at, but I am gear score 83.
Okay. Well, that's some levels below us.
I'm gonna get carried here, so yeah. I'm excited.
And then Synth and Swag, I know, we're well above. I think one of you even tapped 400 just a little bit ago, right? Gear score?
I am level 30 Colossus and gear score 413.
Okay. Where you at, Swag?
Level 30 with gear score 411.
Okay. So, yeah, we're going to get carried, Death. It feels good, man, right?
Sounds good.
Yeah. All right, before we start up, I'm just going to craft some cheapo sigils really quick, which are like consumables. Let's see, what do I want to do? I think I want to do some marksman. Oh no, I think it's an assault rifle that I got. We'll just go with that. We'll just say the gun I have is an assault rifle. I think it is. And we'll do sniper.
I haven't even dived into the sigil or consumable stuff. What's like the main thing that they do for you when you start up an expedition?
So they're one-time use. You craft them using crafting materials. You unlock slots as you go. Like right now, you may only have one slot. And then I think at 20 you'll get another one, and at 30 you'll probably get another one, or your last one or something like that. And the weapons, for example, the green will boost your weapon damage by 10%, and in your ammo reserve by 10%, and then the blue will be 20, and I think the purples are 30. Isn't that what you guys were saying earlier?
Yeah.
30. Okay. Yeah. And
so I'm testing it right now. I just wanted to see, can we... Nice. I am stacking a 20 and a 10% combo sigil.
Okay. There you go. We're just going to go do some free play. Let's do free play kind of far up north here. I haven't really done much up here, so we'll go up here in this Fortress of Dawn area, or monument. No, Ruins of Shadowmark. So.
Oh, we gotta ready up, I guess. All right.
Yeah, whenever that's the only annoying thing about switching, you have to ready up every time. So.
Just in case I wasn't okay with what we're doing here. No,
yeah.
I'm not cool with switching it up.
Right. So, what? So, I'm not gonna ask you this, Death, because I know you're just putting on whatever you can, whenever the highest level is.
Pretty much.
But what kind of setup are you guys going for? Like, Swag, on your Storm, is there a certain build that you're aiming for right now?
Yeah, I'm aiming for a ranged build. Right now, I'm carrying a sniper rifle and an auto rifle. The only reason I'm carrying that auto rifle is because it has better synergy with my abilities.
Is it a masterwork?
Yeah, it is a masterwork of the Defender auto rifle.
Okay, well,
So-
what does it do?
So whenever I shoot enemies, it stacks damage in the sense that when I use my abilities on enemies, they are amplified on those enemies, and it can stack up to 20. So if I shoot 20 bullets on a target, it'll increase my damage by that amount.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to those big, chunky, like, ability damage boosts from those weapons, because most of them are insane. They're, like you said, they're tens of percent.
There's one masterwork that I believe I got in the last run we did, and it's an assault rifle that once I reload the magazine, it detonates the nearest prime object.
Oh yeah. That I was wondering how that would synergize with the Colossus, especially with the Colossus melee and everything. So. Oh, Titan.
Oh,
hey.
Okay. All right, we're about to get right in and get in
All
this.
right.
Okay. Galen, what
I
have you
got
been
wrecked.
kind of enjoying on the Ranger since I've been kind of going with?
I feel like the Ranger's strength is just being able to set off those combos,
Right.
and I've really been liking going with double detonators. And right now, what I'm doing is, oh, you got melted.
Yeah. Focus by
Right now, what I'm doing is I'm going with the poison dart, so I can like have a really easy low cooldown primer. I don't know how well it's working, but we'll find out. Whoa, I didn't mean for that to happen. Let's go do this. Let's see if we can.
Yeah, the Ranger is kind of interesting, right? Because isn't it the only jab that the melee actually primes instead of detonates?
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, and that's also really nice too.
Oh boy.
Oh, I thought I was
that
gonna.
was-
Well then, yeah, I thought I was gonna dodge that.
Yeah, so I don't know. I mean, at the lower levels, it seems kind of good. I don't know higher levels getting that close to prime something, if that's a good idea or not. I don't know how much you've been using your melee and the higher tiers of content.
So I still wouldn't say that I'm on a higher tier, but
Right.
what I do use it on a lot is just those medium enemies, or if I come across an enemy whose shield has been knocked down, then I will prime them. And it's a nice finisher. You know, you just take them out really quickly. And I don't know if you've noticed, though, your ultimate charges a lot faster when you combo. You get about... It's almost 10% of the bar. It's probably anywhere between 5 and 10% of the bar each time you combo. And I think that's probably the strength of the Ranger, is you're going to be able to have that... that flick, or that constant DPS. Just gotta get how to dodge really quick.
I think you get some of the ultimate charge when others combo off of your primes too, right?
Correct.
Okay, so yeah, so kind of it helps to priming enemies even for your teammates, not just for yourself. So
Right.
good to have that ability to do that all the time.
Oh, did not want to be here.
We just planned this to have an Ash Titan just show up in like 2 minutes of us starting free play, right?
Correct. That's
Shout out
exactly
to,
what we were going for.
Shout out to the Anthem devs for hooking us up with that one.
But hey, I got 2 purples, and that's where it's at.
I got nothing.
You didn't get anything? Right over here? Huh.
Were you downed when he died?
Yeah. So is that still
Yeah.
like bugged? I've heard some stuff like that.
Oh, no.
For day 1 patch, but currently, if you're downed whenever a Titan or a boss dies, you do not get anything from it.
Oh, that's my
Nice.
bad. I should have said hold off. And I was right there getting his res. So. Alright. We'll do it right next time.
Could you just put the console command to summon another one?
Yeah. Right.
Right. Now, what about weapon-wise? I'm using a burst assault rifle, which I really like. I mean, Destiny, pulse rifle kind of setup. What's not to like about it, right? And then, of course, Devastator sniper, because damage. Ever since
Right.
the demo, that's just the way to go. What about you guys? Are you using a lot of the same? What kind of weapons are you using?
The last stronghold we just went through, I got 3 masterworks, and I'm using 2 of them right now. One is this really cool grenade launcher that does impact damage, but also bounces off and then explodes separately, which is really nice because I can make it go a little bit more farther. And I'm using a autocannon that also is a masterwork, and what it does is does more damage the more hits I get on a target.
The more hits, not just...
Yeah.
So you actually have to hit it.
Yeah, I actually do have to hit it.
Okay.
Which, as we've seen with my golden gun shots, might be a little difficult
Right?
sometimes.
I'm
But
surprised
I
you went that
I get
route.
it eventually.
I'm still rolling with the pre-order assault rifle thing, or whatever scout rifle I guess it is. technically.
Yeah. I didn't replace
Um,
that for a while.
Yeah.
Same.
But I haven't gotten a good Devastator yet. But otherwise, I've just been like rolling with that plus a shotgun for when I kind of do like a melee ability and then shotgun combo.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I've been rolling with.
All right.
Devastator. Did they say that Devastator was gonna get kind of tweaked at some day 1 or some patch upcoming or something? Did I see something about
I
that?
think they already did, because I feel like the
Okay.
damage is about 15-20% less than what it was during the demo. So like I think in the demo I was consistently getting like 5,000 on like Tyrant Mine, for example, at the very beginning, and now it's more like 3,000 unbuffed, or high 3s, something in that neighborhood. Have you guys seen different numbers, Swag and Synth, or? I guess it's hard to tell being a higher level now.
Swag, how much were you getting on the that first stronghold boss, Tyrant Mine?
It was around like 15.5k.
Yeah, and I got a couple that were 17 after we got the crit spots damaged. But I think I was using a sigil that improved mine.
Right. So, not to, like, it's still the best DPS in the slot, I feel like. And best burst DPS for no matter what class you're playing. It's just going to help you get that burst DPS. So,
Yeah, best DPS so far from what I found is the one autocannon that the Colossus has that has like something like 1,000 RPM.
jeez.
Is that the one that takes a little bit to charge up? I think I was watching you play with that.
That's exactly
day 1
it,
or whatever.
yeah.
Yeah, that's insane. It
It's
just
just-
melts shields too, doesn't it?
Yeah.
All right. So, where are we going to now? We want to go start up one of these new strongholds that me and Death neither of us have tried yet. Is that what we want to do?
Yeah, it'll probably
Sounds
take
good to me.
All
a
right.
little bit to get off. Yeah.
I do have I did complete a tomb just now. I guess I can go try that. I'm not sure which one it was. Maybe I'll have to figure that one out later. Oh, there they are. Tomb of Artenia, Evania. Oh yeah, we're way far away from that one, so I will do that at a different time. But hey, we came, we saw, we conquered Ash Titan really quickly. I didn't think that was gonna happen all of a sudden. So let's go ahead and go to the launch bay probably. In free play, see what we got. I will say the free play is actually a lot more lucrative than I thought it was going to be. Like that little encounter, I got a purple crafting material and 4 purple drops just now. So
Yeah, you can even get masterworks from world drops. It's all about the difficulty you're playing at, what exactly it is you're killing, and or what you're harvesting. That can give you a higher chance of getting better gear, even during just free play.
Oh, level 9. There we go. That's what I am.
nice. Oh wait, we're all sages except for Synth. He's artillery. Whoa.
Oh, because I was doing a lot of combos.
Some sad XP, just saying. These
For
numbers
those-
look very low to me.
An Ash Titan, you only get 300 XP.
I
like,
know. Guess we could have killed more stuff. I'm getting a lot of universal components. I don't know if I'm a fan of that.
You. I haven't gotten much. I've been trying to get more universal stuff so I can start leveling some of my other, or getting better gear for my other javelins.
There's, I have a question, and so
Ask away.
maybe this my noobness will help kind of drive some of the conversation for people. Does the alliance system playing with your friends help, or is it just having them on your friends list? Like, did we get a bonus that because we're all on each other's friends list right there, or is it just the same as if I just did that with randos?
Swag.
I think you need to at least play with them once,
Okay.
and and then if they play like 20 hours per day, they'll be on your top 5 list because they play a lot.
Okay, so I got death on my list now. All right, next. No, I'm kidding. Next.
Thanks. Yeah, me and Swag are gonna start doing a subscription model for people who want to have max coin.
Oh, yeah? Alright. Go to this launch bay.
Yeah, let's go.
So the gear, and since I just got purples, I'm seeing much bigger numbers, and of course every drop has 3 stats on it, on stuff. So for Synth and Swag that's been playing a little bit higher difficulty, does the gear advancement or the drops, do they feel significant enough? Like, do the numbers make a big enough difference to your abilities and damage that you feel like you're actually gearing towards some sort of specialty?
Swag.
I think it's less about the numbers and more about the perks on your guns. Like, for example, rare weapons or gear have like 2 perks on them, epic have 3, and masterwork have 4.
Mm-hmm.
Even the same goes for legendary, I guess. But yeah, those perks are really helpful while doing like these group activities, even more than the gear score you have.
Another thing, you can get 2 of the same, or 3 of the same, or 4 of the same perks on your gear, as I've been reading on Reddit, on the Anthem the Game subreddit. And I really do like that, because it seems like people will be trying to farm to get a set that really excels in one specific way, like a glass cannon build that specifically reinforces one of their abilities or their super, or a quick refresh build that'll bring up their abilities, or as this game called, gear, more often. And I think if Swag is 100% on that, on where it's the actual perks that benefit, the numbers come second place to that.
Okay. Well, I guess I meant like the numbers on the perks. Like, does 30% extra or reduce this actually feel? Do you feel that like when you go in there and you start playing and everything?
Oh yeah, you do notice that.
Yeah.
Mm.
Okay.
A second, yeah. You definitely can tell if you get some, like, I like to go with a lot of stuff that makes my abilities pop up again and again faster, at least on my storm. And
Mhm.
after equipping 2 pieces of gear that had that, it was very noticeable.
Okay. I'm just styling up my unused javelin. This is the first time I'm switching off the ranger right now. So
Ooh, what do you
where's
play?
I'm gonna hop on this interceptor and see how it goes. Right now I need to switch on to my special edition stuff. I do not like the way that helmet looks, so we're not going to use that. I'm not a fan of the pre-order armor helmet. It just looks super bulbous and weird looking.
Bulbous, I like that.
Bulbous reminds me of the alien head from like the original Aliens. Yeah, see, this looks fine to me. So got my City colors on and everything. Let's go ahead and I think this is all I got. Oh, I can throw on all these purple components that I have. So when they're universal though, you don't get those bonuses. Like the biggest ones would be for the Colossus, for example. When you're using the Colossus component, you get much more armor, right, Synth?
Yeah.
So that's kind of a big deal. Using one of those over a universal one, you're really gimping yourself. Like you could have a purple universal that's probably 5-10 levels higher, but that blue might put in more work than the purple will because of the amount of health that you'll get. And I guess we'll go with this one just to add some stats on there. And we'll try this heavy. Now we'll use this right here. Okay. I have really bad gear, but we'll deal with it. Now the story.
Me and Swag will deal with it.
Yes, you'll deal with it. That's what I said. Now the story. How did you guys enjoy the story? What story? You escaped through everything? Everything? Is that what you're about to say?
Well, where Swag might have been skipping all the cutscenes, I actually took some time in the tower to talk to a lot of people and tried to really dig in to discover some of the bits of lore that are in between the lines through all the dialogue and story missions. I find it pretty interesting. Again, it suffers a lot from the Bungie mindset in which the lore is in your environment and in the items that you pick up, the little readables that you get around the base and around the free roam. But it's still a pretty interesting story. And I'm not gonna spoil anybody on any of the information I picked up, but there's little twists and turns here, as well as a lot of the minutia that you can get from the pickups that add like this excellent detail in the world. Kind of like I hate to bring up the cliche phrase, but it makes it a living and breathing world.
Yeah, it seems like they're kind of getting you invested in these characters from the little bit that I've played of kind of you getting their backstory and their motivations for what they're doing. So that's what I picked up most out of any of it so far is kind of getting a little bit more investment in them and understanding why they're doing what they're doing.
Yeah, I thought and actually a lot of people have said this, the animations and everything were just done really well, and they were so, I guess, interesting and fun to watch that the story was very just smooth. Even if you're not into the story, you're like, oh, I just want to watch this. It's just like a well done show or movie on TV, you know? Like, oh, this looks really good. The graphics are nice, this and that, or the special effects. And that was something that really helped me along, even though I did not really enjoy the amount of talking in the fort. But hey, it's a Bioware game. I can't complain, you know. Comes with the package.
Yeah.
Is those talking the people you have to talk to between like missions and stuff? I assume that's all optional stuff for the most part, besides if you have a specific like quest objective to talk to them.
Yeah, I have not really bothered with any of them. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
On a related note, if you don't talk to them for a while, you can still. It's not like you're missing out on that content.
I was
When
curious,
you talk to
okay.
them at a later point, they'll be talking to you about the stuff then, and then once you leave and come back, they'll have the next stuff ready for you. Because there was one point at the game where something significant happened, and when I talked to one of the NPCs, they were still acting or referring to people before that event. So that's how I kind of can tell you don't actually lose anything. It just kind of pushes it forward into the next time you re-instance the zone.
Okay. Yeah, that's actually
It's good to know.
interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Because even though I don't like doing it, it's one of those things where also like I don't want to lose it. Like I don't want to miss out on it if I want to come back to it later. So that's always good to know.
I mean, it does stink though, like a little bit of, you know, between what we haven't really touched on yet, which is cutting a lot of controversy from Anthem, is between the loading screens of loading back to the fort. talking to like 4 different people and then getting all the stuff you need and going on your next mission. You may spend, like 30 minutes between missions as you're leveling up. So talking to people just kind of adds to that kind of break in action, I guess. So a lot of people I think are skipping those.
Mm.
Yeah, I was making some content for our guides, which anybody listening, if you didn't know, just go to that good old assistcity.gitbook.io/guides. I changed it to guides just to be a little easier. And you can see some, at least for the moment, Ranger guide stuff going on in there. And I was making GIFs and little snippets of gameplay for that, and going back and forth, even just from free play to Forge. And I do appreciate that they gave the option at the end of Expedition, which they said they were going to look into doing, and I'm glad it made it to early access, where you can choose to go straight to the fort, straight to Forge, or to the launch bay. And if that wasn't there, it would be even worse. But even with that, it's still a process just to test stuff out and to switch things out. Like I was trying to get all different gear for the Ranger and everything. And yeah, I really hope they make, honestly, I really hope they make the Forge just something that you can pull up and change. Like maybe don't make it accessible in Strongholds, but in free play,
Yeah, people have suggested that like when you go and start, even if it's a Stronghold, that you have access to your Forge if you're just like maybe sitting on one of those Striders that you launch in on. Once you leave that, you don't have access to it anymore. Or like, the first minute of the free player Stronghold, you can change stuff. Yeah, it's got to be super annoying to have to keep on going back and forth and back and forth. Do you guys think it kind of takes you out of the immersion of the game with all these loading screens and kind of loading into stuff?
I don't know. I mean, I guess if you say like it takes me out of the immersion because like I'm actively thinking about it, like going back and forth between the menus, then yeah, it doesn't. It does feel like a chore in between.
It's kind of funny. With Destiny, we have loading screens too, but I think it's kind of just them putting your ship and you flying is essentially the same thing as a loading screen with a bar going across the top. But just like the fact that it's showing that, probably, simple animation file or that they're loading up kind of makes a difference of you're not being forced to sit and watch a loading screen. So I don't know if Anthem could do something along those lines of making the loading process a little bit more integrated into the game might help out a little bit.
Yeah, hiding the loading screen is something that's really popular in other games, and something that I think Anthem could do, like extend that cinematic of you getting into your javelin or show yourself like blasting off towards the free roam wherever it is you're going. Because that's the thing, the whole idea of the loading screen is pretty archaic, I believe is a term for it. It's something that's not really done nowadays, and to see it in this game is kind of jarring, really, especially since we see it so often.
Yeah, and honestly, I don't think the loading screen is the biggest problem for me. I don't mind loading. It's literally just that one direction of between world and Forge that I dislike. If that didn't exist, then I would be fine, I feel like. So speaking of getting into the world, Swag, you there?
Yeah.
You ready?
Ready up, bro.
Oh.
Also have your Discord chat open.
I'm ready to flaunch whenever you're ready. Someone was saying that R for Forge and F for launch was like triggering them. Was that you sent? Like it's not R for ready and F for Forge or something. You think game developers do that on purpose? I feel like there was another game that did the same exact thing.
I just think that they created it for console controls first, and then they were like, okay, let's put this on PC, and they didn't really think about like button layouts or anything like that. So
it just fell in line with the defaults.
Right. So.
Yeah. Is it showing you ready on your screen, Swag?
No, I'm loading into launch bay.
Oh,
I have
okay,
that
okay.
bug where I can like access my initial launch bay.
Speaking of
The
bugs,
OG.
have you guys been plagued with any bugs in particular? Like the
The
most?
audio bug has been an issue for me. Like all your audio cuts out, and then now I can't hear when stuff is being primed. I can't hear when my health is low. I can't hear when my abilities are ready. I thought it wouldn't be that big of a deal, but it's pretty jarring playing this game without audio.
And they've addressed that on Twitter. I'm pretty sure of saying that the day one patch will help out with a little bit of that. But I'm sure there'll still be some stuff going forward.
Yeah, I had a lot of issues with losing connection to the server. I think it has to do with my just being where I'm at and my connection, and as well as just stability of the servers. It would get really bad where I could take like 5 steps in Fort Tarsus and I'd disconnect again, like each time.
Oh, man.
Yeah, it was kind of frustrating, but luckily, if I just pay attention to what my CPU is doing, and what I'm doing online, like not trying to look at streams or other stuff, then it should work out. Now this is the first time Beth and I have done this, so
They're just gonna not give us any ideas of what's going on.
I guess I want to spoil it. Let's see here. What do I have? Oh. See if I can mark that guy. Guy is marked. And something I don't like about Devastator, it'll clip like a little thing on the ground and it blocks like the whole huge explosion. Something at least that I've noticed. I'm gonna come over here and help Swag with this.
Yeah, we got two currents up over here.
I'm just ninja-ing this dude. Okay. And that's why Interceptor is really good.
Just gonna detonate everything.
Yeah, just like run up in there and detonate it. Whoops, didn't mean to do that. Man, it feels really weird. I have the muscle memory from Ranger going on right now.
That's the one thing I really like right now about Anthem is that playing a different Javelin feels wildly different.
Yeah.
It's not like switching to your Titan or your Warlock when you're a Hunter main and you can still manage pretty easily. This is a whole world of difference.
Should I get down this guy's armor first? Never mind. So we're split
you
up.
notice a huge difference in gameplay, especially in like Colossus and Storm, where with Storm you have to play like a ranged character, while Colossus just goes on flame throwing things.
Yeah.
Yeah, on Colossus I feel weird if I'm not right in the heart of combat, but on Storm I've learned the hard way that it's better to keep my distance.
Have you guys noticed that? So I think one of the things in the demo was that you'd get a lot of gear for your javelins you weren't playing, and they said they kind of adjusted that. Have you guys noticed you're getting a lot of gear for the javs that you're not playing with?
No, I haven't gotten a single thing yet.
Okay.
Same.
Cool. Gotcha.
Can I get a prime here?
Let's see. There you go.
I did a thing.
Thank you.
Did we put this on normal? Is that what we did?
Yeah, we did. That's why we feel like a boss.
Yeah. Too easy, man.
Which is really good because I'm getting in melee range and usually that doesn't work out very well. So,
Right.
but it does feel
to
good
work.
to play Interceptor again. I played it a lot in the demo, and I like being an assassin and just kind of going in and taking out key targets. And that's what I feel like I'm doing right now.
I'm
wonder how
actually
it's gonna-
mad at Synth right now. He gets masterwork with every stronghold.
Yeah.
Oh,
there's
he just got one on normal right now?
I just got one right now on normal.
Oh my gosh, this guy, dude.
That's pretty good. Spike's like, yeah, shut up. I have to deal with it all the time.
This is the luck I get for abandoning Destiny.
So, I sniped everything from a distance, so that's obviously what I should do in this class. Oh,
I was gonna say, how much as an intercept do you actually use your guns?
you should to get shields down and stuff, but other than
Yeah.
that, I mean the melee does so much damage if you're able to, not be.
Yeah, I just wonder, on those
eaten
higher
away.
difficulties and higher grandmasters, like, can you even be that close to get your melees off?
Now
Be
that I don't
interesting.
know because I have not done Grandmaster yet. How did you guys feel about the? Am I lost? Yes, I am. This is how it should go. How did you guys feel about the jump to Grandmaster? You said it wasn't that bad for you.
Not at all.
What like gear level were you guys?
So especially at 370 plus, it's the same as hard when we started.
I can agree with that. Yeah.
Okay, so maybe play the corners, push slow, take out key targets, team up on stuff, that kind of stuff. Okay.
Yeah.
100%.
And there was also this gear gating that was going on, which I didn't know was a thing until people were talking about all the duplicates they were getting from in-game. So once someone hit 30, they're getting Masterworks, and you were saying that you got a lot of dupes as well, Synth. And
Yeah.
what
Until
did
I went into Grandmaster.
yeah, so what the dev said is that once you go into Grandmaster and you finish your first one, you'll get like a new loot table, or the loot table will open up completely for you, essentially.
Yeah. Yeah. In my stints in Grandmaster 1 and Grandmaster 2, I've gotten things that I haven't gotten before. Whereas doing hard again, be it through matchmaking, it's the place where from now on, like on normal and hard, I can 100% guarantee that when we back out of here, it's probably another duplicate.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So but even though you've done Grandmaster already, like you're still gonna be getting dupes? Oh.
I
guess I'm
think
not.
it's the Grandmaster loot pool is strictly for once you're in that difficulty.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I got 2 items from Grandmaster Strongholds that are dupes.
So does it make more sense then to play your other characters when you're doing like hard or normal content with other people? Because then you won't.
Partly because, like, let's say I was helping out a clanmate. I was helping out a clan member earlier, Heavy Gauge, and I went along as this is my first time I was playing my Ranger. I crafted as many things as I could to get my gear score as high as I could, and from there, accompany him, I was able to start replacing some of that stuff, getting better gear score and all that. I haven't done a single stronghold with that character, but I'm already at gear score 400 from all the drops I was getting while playing with him.
So I guess that goes to the fact of, start talking about it now, of where do you think the end game of Anthem is? I know you guys are still getting into it, but do you think it's something that, like, what's your loop now? Is just do Grandmaster stuff?
Swag.
So what is the question again? Oh, sorry.
What, like, going into the $1 million question of in game of Anthem, like, what's your drive to keep on playing? What are you going for now? What's your daily loop when you log in now that you're level 30 and can do stuff?
So some other previous looter shooters I played, they gate you with certain things. Like, you can only do your daily things. You can only do, suppose Destiny, you can only do like Nightfall once a week per character, or like raids once per week per character. But this game, you can do any activity and still get loot. Like at my level, I can still get masterwork level items or epic level items which have different perks on them. Like those are randomly rolled. So there's still that chase with the perfect perks. So it doesn't feel completely useless just keeping on playing the game.
Oh,
We're shooting at you now because
You know what is useless? When you hold an item that you need to open the door.
Yeah.
Nah, just kidding.
Bro, I was busy explaining.
No, I'm just kidding, dude.
We'll allow it. I didn't get the... I can see where the SMGs and like non-aiming down sight weapons is where it's at for the interceptor though, because it kind of breaks your flow whenever you have to aim down sight. Okay, this is a little overkill, but I think that's the way we like it. So
Those two guys didn't see what was coming to them.
Nope. Coming for a flyby.
I think it is kind of hard to play with higher level people because by the time they're primed, they're usually just dead. So you can't really get your combos off.
I will say, like, I'm not dying a lot on normal, which is to be expected, but I don't know. I guess stuff doesn't die too quick. Like, I'm kind of glad it's not like insta dead and I can't do anything. I can still execute sort of combo. But I guess what you're saying is you don't necessarily feel the same on yours.
Yeah.
You're pretty... Oh, here's a enforcer.
Looking for okay, cool.
Oops. Let's just pop this super. So if you're listening to this on audio, that's what an interceptor ult sounds like. Yeah. Here you go. Are we doing something right here? Oh yeah, defeat scars. Okay, that's all we're doing. So look for red.
Yeah. I've noticed that there seems to be sometimes like some downtime of like, are we just trying to search for enemies over here? Without a like specific HUD, it's sometimes hard to find them.
Yeah. Do you guys like that your directional thing at the top is also like your radar? Like you have to turn and kind of see where the red dots are? Or do you rather a more traditional radar?
I'd rather a traditional radar. I kind of like how they do with the party system, where each individual person has a little thing, and like the radar gets bigger when they're closer to you, or the piece of pie, or the slice, or whatever you want to call it. So.
Yeah, I agree. I wish that was the case.
Sorry to interrupt, but I just got 2 masterworks.
Hey, see, sorry, it happens to you too, bro. I have a little patience. But I don't know, I feel like as if we were inside of these suits, this little slit of directionals all we'd be able to see anyways. So I can see that kind of like a balancing
RP
thing.
-er.
I don't know. It's my immersion, bro.
So this stronghold has been very much more close quarters, a lot more cover, not as much being sniped out of nowhere like in Tyrant Mines. You guys like this a little bit better, a little more linear?
I like that there's a balance to it, you know, like maybe the storm isn't as good as this because it's harder to, there's no more verticality, and you know, some characters are better at different strongholds.
Yeah, like I'm saying this because I'm playing, you know, Interceptor, obviously.
It seems like a pretty good Interceptor stronghold so far.
Alright, I'm outie because this is about to tear me up. Man,
I think there needs to be a counter of how much loot you've lost by not picking it up. Usually try to, but you know there's something that happens every stronghold that you forget.
All right, I got 3 big guys on me over here. If you guys wanna.
On the way.
Oh, I did not mean to. Oh, someone's already in the next part. Cool.
All right. Swag moving us forward, I think.
Well, that was an oracle.
Anytime, bro. That's what my Colossus is all about.
Yeah. Oh, this is an interesting viewpoint that I'm in right now. Okay, that was a bug. All right.
Recorded. What do you guys think of the mouse and keyboard controls? I know Sentry's still playing controller, but I think Halen and Swag, you guys are playing mouse and keyboard too.
Yeah. I have not changed a single setting, and it feels way better.
Right.
It could probably be better, but it feels fine out of the box for me right now. So. Man, the shields is definitely a pain to get through sometimes. Which is why I think on my Ranger, I'm going to be building more impact damage to try to get those shields down. And then leave it up to stuff like a Storm or another Javelin to be like the primer. I really feel like Ranger is one of those classes where the priming or having a primer is more of a solo thing for them.
Yeah.
And they just depend on your team to do that whenever you're in a group.
But then we're gonna be in a dungeon with all 4 of us with detonators. That's what I'm afraid of, at least.
Like Swag, for example, on a Storm, like he's probably running, like most of his stuff's a primer. He's probably running. You running like Frost Shards and then the Slam detonator.
I'm running the Ice Storm and Burning Orb.
Okay.
So with Ice Storm I can like freeze in an AoE, and Burning Orb is my detonator.
Oh, these got little. Okay.
So I do nothing to the boss when I'm right here. Oh, there's fans. Okay.
Oh. Okay.
All right. Well, this is a first for us. So, oh, we can hurt the fans. All right, one down. I'm gonna take out this other one.
Shielding the boss. Yeah. I'm down over here.
I'm lost in the dark corner. So you can shoot them from the other direction as well.
I'm just chilling before you guys kill that boss, so I don't
Got you, bro.
Oh, I totally hit the wall on that one. 12,000 damage. Okay. I'll take that shot.
Good numbers.
So that boss had like a little, like, shoot me here kind of thing going on.
Yeah, in this boss, the critical points are the legs. So you want to try and aim at those, which will drop and stun them.
Jeez.
This fan's about to drop me right now.
Yeah.
No, stray shot got me after all.
On my way towards death.
If you want to hold off for DPS until the full team's up.
Yeah.
I'm almost rezzed, maybe? Even though...
On the way.
How was it flying through packs of enemies with your shield out and just running them over? Whoa, that was some weird graphics.
So much fun, dude. Oh, out of ammo.
Do we want to take care of this scout by the boss really quick?
Yeah, that's a good idea.
And maybe this one that's close by over here too? Ooh, fans back up. Okay.
Man, these fans going quickly.
Yeah, I think if you don't kill them fast enough, they respawn.
Oop, need to go gather some ammo.
Fans are down.
All right.
So what do you guys think of mechanics that you run into so far? Do you think a lot of fights in the higher tiers will be more mechanical, or just like executing fighting? Oh jeez.
Fans.
Oh, they're
Jesus.
So
super.
I think the mechanic where a fan spawns right in front of your face and then you die
Yeah.
almost immediately is really interesting and interactive. So maybe if players have a high
hold on.
sense of awareness, it won't be as bad.
Is there an audio cue for that? Is that what we're missing?
I think it's probably more like, hey, you just did DPS on the boss and it's been a minute. These fans are probably about to come up and smack you. I'm sure our geared javelins that are with us can take care of this.
Ouch. Oh my god, this hurts.
Oh, there's a big boy up too, huh?
There's two big boys, so watch out. And a couple of legendaries.
Alright, see if we can
Sweating
go
down.
get Halen.
Yeah, synth is down as well. I took out one of the legendaries in the process.
Easy.
God.
Looks like one of the enemies are trying to res me right now. I also have a shield boy on me.
Just gonna try and whittle down these.
To take down the shield.
Well, one thing I will say that I want for I would dare to say day one patch the spectatability, even though I feel like most games, anything to do with the word spectate, it just takes forever.
Yeah.
I don't know,
Yeah, that happened with Destiny. No, sorry, with the first division. We didn't get spectating on death for a really long time.
Yeah, so probably safe to say and I want to say maybe on Twitter they've talked about this. It's probably not gonna happen
Jeez.
for a while. Oh, someone's resing me. I didn't see them, but they're resing me. Cool.
I'm chilling over here if you want to share the love. Thanks.
Yep.
Alright,
Oh.
I think if we get this last
Did it too fast.
Yeah, if you look away while rezzing, it cancels it, which is another kind of weird thing. I think if we get this last fan down, the boss is pretty loaded.
Yeah.
So we can knock him down here real quick.
I'm farming legendaries. Hold on. Okay. I'll damage now. Oh my god, those numbers.
Woo. Probably should have casted this ult a long time ago. Maybe whenever I was about to die.
Yeah, that's the nice thing I did like is that they do make you invulnerable during your supercast.
Yeah.
Ooh, sweet.
Congrats on the XP, boys.
All right. Well, that stronghold, a little faster than Tyrant Mine, I would say. Maybe if we weren't on, I feel like it was just shorter overall, but maybe if we were on hard, it would have taken a little bit longer. But I'm glad not everything is as big as Tyrant Mine. What were you gonna say?
On hard, it's actually easier than Tyrant Mine. because in Tyrant Mine you have those like open field and turrets. The second section, I guess, which is really tricky.
Yeah, during mine, my big issue is the webbing and stuff like that. Because as you've seen, I like flying around, moving around a lot. Even though I'm on Colossus, I'll use my abilities mid-flight while like dive bombing at people with my shield. And once I get hit with one of those spider webs, it's completely overheated. You're dropped, and I gotta wait like 10, 15 seconds for that to start cooling down again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't get that mechanic either. Like, how does webbing overheat my javelin?
Yeah. See what masterwork. Oh, dupe.
Well, I mean, if it can't intake, or exhaust very well, it's gonna overheat. You got webbing and stuff up in there. All right.
Swag, you got a duplicate.
The materials that you get from the duplicates, are they decent? Like, how much? What's like the conversion there to dismantling a duplicate masterwork versus being able to craft something?
I'll check once I get to the tower to tell you exactly how much I get, but from what I've heard, it's also slightly based on chance, right, Swag?
Yeah, it is.
Interesting.
Like you can deconstruct the same thing a couple times, and you won't always get the same results.
All right, I was wondering about that. If it was just going to be like a set number, or if it was just going to be one per, which is pretty devastating, because it takes 25 to craft them, right?
Yeah. Luckily, I think Legion of Dawn Edition, you do start off with 25.
All right. Well, let's not get distracted with some more activities yet, because I think we've proven that our discussion abilities are not as great when we're trying to play a game that we just started this weekend. Or in the case of me and Death, doing something that we've never done before.
Yeah.
So, a couple things to wrap up. We've talked about the difficulty tuning and a little bit about what it is we're going to be seeing like on and off in in-game. Is there something else that has either been promised or talked about that you guys want to see progressing with the game, like, or just day one patch stuff? Like, what are you looking for?
I'm just looking for a better UI, to be honest. I'm pretty satisfied with the game. I can run the free play or strongholds again and again and get some interesting loot. That'll keep me engaging, but the UI is something that just spoils that experience.
And when you say the UI, are you just talking about in your menus or like just launching stuff?
Yeah, like in the menus, I need to like hold stuff to dismantle and like go to the bay and then launch. Plus, the walking section in Fort is really slow. They increased the speed slightly as compared to the demo, but it's still slow, especially when you have to talk to all these NPCs to get the sense of the story.
Yeah, if you've tried to spam purchase some of the crafting materials, actually I'll just go over there really quick, from the vendor, you will be there for a while while trying to do that. So if you go to buy something, go to crafting, and for example, I just want to stock up on some masterwork embers. You click on it, hold to buy, and then you get this big animation like you got a masterwork and you had to escape out of that and do it again. Hold to buy. And this is just one at a time. So it's even worse than like Spider's inventory, right? On Destiny.
Yeah, it's
much
bad.
worse.
And we tried to max this out not too long ago. Synth, how many did you get up to? And it still wasn't max. Like you still haven't hit your weekly max.
I was at 15, and I was just afraid of losing more coin by buying more. Because although you do get a significant income of coins at the start, it's because you're completing challenges which you cannot complete again. So after, I'm guessing after the initial month, a lot of people will find their coin income drying up significantly.
Yeah. I feel like there's going to be an influx like once you complete your weeklies and your monthlies. but it's slow going until you hit those big surges of coin. Because a lot of the weeklies and monthlies are thousands of coin, so it's kind of like a flood and then a famine, or a the other word I'm looking for there.
You guys have been mainly just saving your coin for the crafting material, right?
I totally bought some cosmetics already.
Did you?
With your coin?
Couldn't help it. Oh yeah, well, because I'm generating enough that I've already made back what I've spent.
No, okay. Well, so
But the
what are
problem-
you sitting at now, or how many coin do you think you've made so far?
Right. Well, I started off. There was a bug that started me off at 80 instead of the 40 that everyone has. I got up to about 110 before I bought that 6100 set. Then I bought a bunch of different animations and skins like that, and now I'm back up to 40k after dipping down to like maybe 5 or 6k.
Okay, all right.
So far, I've probably made at least 50,000 coins.
All these people get in my shot over here in the launch bay. I do like the launch bay though. I'm glad that's a part that they put this in early access. I hope even more functionality can come to it. That would be great. That's one thing that I'm looking forward to. What were you gonna say, Swag?
I hope we could just fly in our launch bay. Like I hope it had like an open arena that we can just fly in.
So
and just do our thing.
they did say that the walkers. So when you go out to free play, the symbol is one of the walkers, right? And that those were going to be like forward operating bases when you're out there in free play. And they said that the launch bay took the place of that. So it's not too far off. They could connect a couple more strings or dots, and it will probably more what you're talking about. I don't mind that. Or if they just, honestly, if this is what was going to be in those walkers, I probably would have preferred multiple different outposts that are just like the launch bay, just out in the world. That would have been even better, maybe. And then maybe you could quick travel in between, parts using the walkers as a takeoff point or something like that.
Yeah, because as of now, the original launch pad and the launch bay serve the same exact purpose. There's no difference between them.
Yeah. All right. Well, any last tidbits or things you guys want to talk about? Your impressions of this game so far? Beth, you have any questions from these vets that we got in here?
No, I'm just looking forward to kind of finishing the story. When I'm out there playing, I think it's just so much fun to shoot things and use your abilities and all that. So I'm just still trying to learn, like, Swag said, the interface and getting around that and making sure tracking what I'm doing. Like was it a couple days ago, I think the dailies were like killing legendaries and killing elites. Like I was doing a bunch of stuff and I couldn't find where to kill those. So I think some of the stuff isn't apparent, but I feel like that's probably part of the course for a new game franchise like this. Like there's probably a lot of stuff in Destiny that a new player wouldn't know where to go to kill the specific things you need for a quest. So I think that stuff will come in time, but I hope that the quality of life interface stuff will kind of help with that.
Yeah, I wasn't a fan of like your daily, weekly, monthly stuff. It was actually called your path to glory, but it didn't really say that anywhere except for in your menus. So how would you know to go to that to see that's what your daily, weekly stuff was? A little bit of naming conventions, but it's like its own quirky thing. It wants to be Anthem, and it doesn't want to be Destiny or any of these other games. So it's just a matter of learning the terminology. Once getting past that learning curve, it should be all right. But we are looking for motivated people who love their class, love the activity, whatever it is in Anthem. If you know a lot about it, hit us up in Discord, which you can find a link in the description of the podcast. You can connect to, join us on activities. We're going to be probably figuring out what kinds of activities on a weekly basis people want to do in Anthem. And come in there and let me know if you're one of those subject matter experts and you want to make some content for our guides. As I was saying earlier, assistcity.getbook.io/guides. You can find I've written some stuff already in there about the Ranger ult. Like, did you know that across the bottom there's all these little rockets, and if you launch your ult before those rockets are gone, that you're gonna lose DPS? Did you know that? Well, if you didn't, you could have known if you looked at the guides. So that's the kind of stuff that we want to put in there and help other players out. So hit us up, let us know, save a death and taxes from wasting a whole stream trying to do something wrong or something like that, which I mentioned about me.
I definitely just learned more about the Ranger right now. So
Hey,
thanks.
there you go. Yeah, I'll definitely post another URL in the in Discord. Maybe in welcome, so it's front and center where you'll see it, and maybe add some more stuff later this evening. But I think that's it for our first double special Anthem video podcast. We definitely got some things to learn and pay attention to on the next one, because yeah, I feel like I was mostly just totally consumed by the gameplay this time around, but for good reason. But it's been great playing this game, showing you guys. I'm Halen, and until next week, where can people find you guys, Death, Synth, and Swag?
Yeah, you can find me on Discord or Twitter or Twitch at deathandtaxes_TV.
You can find me on Twitch at twitch.tv/synth_. You can find me on Discord as well under synth #3414, and of course you can always join the community and find me there.
Yeah, you can find me on Discord, Twitch, and Twitter. Swagworker91, I think, is the common name for all of them. Yeah. So.
All right, there you go. And of course, meet us over in Discord. We'd love to have you. And thanks for stopping on by this week. Talk to you later.
Later,
Bye,
freelancers.
Later.